Hello, my name is Emery Andrews, and we're going to talk to you about from 7 to 10 minutes on contingency leadership theory, continuum theory, as well as path goal leadership theory and leadership substitute. Um, I want to talk to you first on what these mean and where we're going to go with the different terms on today. Let's start with the contingency leadership theory. The contingency, it is defined according to Indeed.com. Contingency theory of leadership supposes that a leader's effectiveness is contingent on whether their leadership style suits a particular situation. According to this theory, an individual can be an effective leader in one circumstance and an ineffective leader in another one. Let's go on to contingency leadership theory. It says in 1951, Fred E. Fiedler began to develop the first situational leadership theory. It was the first theory to specify how situational variable interact with leader personality and the and behavior. He called the theory contingency theory of leader effectiveness. The contingency leadership model is used to determine if a person's leadership style is task or relationship oriented. And if the situation, leader member relationship, task structure, and position power matches the leader's style to maximize performance. In this section, we will continue to learn how all of this coincides with each other. Let me just go ahead and talk about the path goal leadership theory and model. The path goal leadership mode is used to select the leadership style appropriate to the situation to maximize both performance and job satisfaction. In this, we will talk about situational factors, leadership styles and research, criticisms, and applications. We will let me just say the first major factor in using Felder's model is to determine whether your dominant leadership style is task motivated or relationship motivated. Now, let us start out talking about situational factors. In subordinate situational characteristics are A, authoritarianism is the degree to which employees defer to others and want to be told what to do and how to do the job. B, locus of control is the extent to which employees believe they control goal achievements internal, or if goal achievement is controlled by others, external. C, ability is the extent of the employee's ability to perform tasks to achieve goals. Let's look at this one. Number 2, environment. Environment situational factors are A, task structure is the extent of the repetitiveness of the job. B, formal authority is the extent of the leader's position power. Note that task structure and formal authority are essentially the same as Felder's. Finally, C, work group is the extent to which coworkers contribute to job satisfaction, or the relationship between followers. Note that House identifies work group, and we're talking about Dr. House identified work groups as a situational variable. However, under the contingency framework, it would be considered a follower variable. Let's talk about leadership style. Based on the situational factors in the path goal model, the leader can select the most appropriate leadership style by using the following general guidelines for each style. Let us start with directive. The leader provides high structure. Directive leadership is appropriate when the following ability is low. Directive leadership is also appropriate when the environment task is complex or ambiguous. Formal authority is strong, and the work group provides job satisfaction. Next, we will talk about supportive in leadership styles. The leader provides high consideration, supportive leadership when the followers do not want autocratic leadership and have internal locus of control, and when follower ability is high. Supportive leadership is also appropriate when the environmental tasks are simple, formal authority is weak, and the work group does not provide job satisfaction. Let us continue to participate in leadership style. The leader includes employees' input in decision making. Participative leadership is appropriate when followers want to be involved and have internal locus of control, and when follower ability is high. When the environmental task is complex, authority is either strong or weak, and job satisfaction from coworkers is either high or low. Finally, let us talk about the achievement-oriented leadership style. The leader sets difficult but achievable goals, expects followers to perform at their highest level, and rewards them for doing so. In essence, excuse me, in essence, let me go back. The leader sets difficult but achievable goals, expect followers to perform at their highest level, and rewards them for doing so. In essence, the leader provides both high directives, structure, and high supportive consideration behavior. The leader tries to make the job challenging. Achievements oriented leadership is appropriate when followers are open to autocratic leadership and have an external locus of control. And when follower ability is high, when the environmental task is simple, authority is strong. And job satisfaction from coworkers either high or low. Let us now conclude in research, criticism, and application. A meta-analysis based on 120 studies examined directive and supportive behavior and showed that support for path goal theory was significantly greater than chance, but results were quite mixed. An extensive review of the research on moderator variables in leaders also had inclusive findings. Although path goal theory is more complex and specific than leadership continuum, it is also criticized by managers because it is difficult to show which style to use when. As you can see, there are many situations in which not all 6 situational factors are exactly as presented in the guidelines for when to use the style. Judgment calls are required to select the appropriate style as necessary. Plus, Dr. House suggests adding your own variables to the model, which I agree. Despite its limitations, the path goal-minded has already made an important contribution to the study of leadership by providing a conceptual framework to guide researchers in identifying potentially relevant situational variables. Path goal leadership theory led to the development of the theory of charismatic leadership in 1976. Path goal theory was considerably broadened in scope, and in 1996, House referred to it as value-based leadership theory. Path goal theory also provides a useful way for leaders to think about motivating followers. You will determine your path goal leadership style, which put together the contingency leadership style. When you look at it, it all comes back to the same leadership theory. I believe that all of them have their pros and cons to deciding their pros and cons deciding which is good for different kinds of workers or employments or group leaders. I'm hoping that you did understand what I was talking about when we talked about the different leadership styles, and we talked about contingency, the continuum, the path goal, and the leadership substitute. I must say that most of my research has been done through our text, Lucer, and actual leadership theory applications and skill development, and also Dr. House, R.J. House, a path goal theory of leadership effectiveness, as well as Indeed.com. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you listening.